So when we look at cosine equaling 1/2, okay, or 0.5, in this case it's going to be negative 0.5. Okay, there are two possibilities here because this cosine is x, and there's two positions that cosine can take on when it's negative 0.5 or negative 1/2. It can take the position in quadrant 2. It can also take the same different position in quadrant 3, and it has the same ratio. X is negative. Okay, so when cosine is negative, it can appear in those two quadrants. So when I use my calculator, again, this happens to be a special angle, but if I use my calculator, I'm going to do inverse cosine of negative 0.5. I'm going to end up with 120 degrees. Okay, and that's going to give me my theta 1 position. My theta 2 position, okay, because of symmetry, okay, we know it's the same going this way. So my theta 2 position, when I measure it in the positive direction, is going to be 360 minus, going backwards, the same as theta 1. So I end up with my theta 2 angle works out to be 240 degrees. Okay, and that's the same, that is the position in quadrant 3. 240 degrees has the same x position, but in quadrant 3. And this has a different symmetry than sine, so we have to make sure that we differentiate. So sine has a symmetry from 180 backwards, like this, okay, where the line of symmetry is that line. Whereas cosine is our symmetry is going in this direction and this direction, and it's across the symmetrical line is the x-axis. Okay, so we have our symmetry going in this direction from the x-axis. Tangent has a different symmetry as well, so we have to make sure we differentiate tangent from the other ones. So if my slope is 2, I have a rise of 2, run of 1, or I have a rise of negative 2, run of negative 1. And we can take on two different positions. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And my theta 2 position is going to be in quadrant 3. And those give me the same slope, but two different positions in the circle. So when I solve for my theta 1 on my calculator, so theta 1 is going to be using arctan on my calculator. My input is my ratio, my output is my angle. The angle that I'm going to get, okay, this is not an exact value, so I'm going to need my calculator in this case, but if I do arctan of 2, I get 63.43 degrees. And that is my quadrant 1 position. Okay, so that's going to be 63.43 degrees. Now, if I want to find my quadrant 3 position, I need to use symmetry. And that is on the other side of the circle, so I add 180 degrees. So my theta 2 works out to be 63.43 plus 180, which is 243.43 degrees. So that angle there, that position, that red dot, is located by the angle 243.43 degrees. And the way I find it is I just use the opposite side of the circle by adding 180 degrees.